I am time warp traveler. No machines, no gadgets, just the power of my mind to tear through the fabric of time itself. Today, I'm taking you to humanity's darkest hour, where Nazi Germany tried to build their own Death Star. What you're about to witness isn't science fiction. These weapons were real blueprints, space mirrors that could boil oceans, rockets that touched the edge of space, and machines that bent reality itself. In this forest, Nazi scientists weren't just dreaming of victory. They were designing God-level weapons. Weapons that could change the laws of physics. Weapons that, thank God, they never finished. Their most terrifying concept? A 9-square-kilometer mirror orbiting Earth at 8,200 kilometers. Its mission? To focus the sun's energy into a death ray that could incinerate entire cities in seconds. If they had won the war, if they had just a few more years, the sky itself would have become their weapon. But let me show you the full story. I'm going deeper into their darkest secrets, and I'm taking you with me. Because the only way to understand how close we came to apocalypse is to witness it firsthand.
April 1945. This place, Hillersleben in Saxony-Anhalt, was more than an artillery testing range. Hidden in these 30 kilometers of forest was Nazi Germany's most secret weapons laboratory. Here, while the Reich was collapsing around them, scientists were obsessed with one final miracle weapon, the Sonnengewehr, the sun gun. Not a weapon on Earth, but one in orbit. Their plan? Build a space station 8,200 kilometers above Earth. Mount a mirror 3.5 square miles wide. That's 3 times the size of Yaido Island. Made of metallic sodium for maximum reflection. By adjusting the mirror's angle, they could focus the sun's energy onto any target on Earth. Their calculations showed it could boil an ocean or reduce a city to ash in minutes. No bombs, no radiation, no warning, just sunlight, weaponized. The sky itself would become fire, and there would be nowhere to hide. Tragically, this wasn't originally a weapon at all. In 1923, rocket pioneer Urban Oberth proposed space mirrors to bring sunlight to polar regions, to grow crops, to help humanity. The Nazis twisted his dream into a nightmare. Oberth wanted to give life. The Nazis saw only death. His mirror of hope became their weapon of terror. This is what happens when science loses its soul. When Allied forces captured Hillersleben, they found these plans and interrogated the scientists. The Germans calmly stated, technically feasible. We just needed 50 to 100 more years. The world learned of the sun gun in July 1945 when Life and Time magazines published the story. People were horrified to realize how close they'd come to living under a weaponized sun. The sun gun was never built, but its legacy lives on. Today's solar power satellites, Russia's Znamya experiments, even climate engineering proposals, all trace their lineage back to this Nazi Death Star. We reached space. We built orbital stations. But unlike the Nazis, we chose to use them for knowledge, not destruction. The question is, will we always make that choice? But the sun gun wasn't their only attempt to reach beyond Earth. Another weapon would actually succeed in touching space and rain death from above. October 3rd, 1942. Peenemünde, on the remote Baltic coast. Hidden among pine forests and ocean winds, Nazi Germany is about to change history.
Today, humanity will touch space for the first time. 25 tons of thrust. The sound isn't just heard, it's felt in your chest, in your bones. This is the A4 rocket, soon to be renamed the V2, and it's about to become the first man-made object to reach space. It climbs faster, 3,300 miles per hour. In 4 minutes, it will reach the edge of space, 80 kilometers high, crossing the Kármán line. Humanity's first spacecraft is a weapon. The scientists celebrate. They've achieved the impossible. But look closer. In the background, emaciated prisoners in striped uniforms watch with hollow eyes. Their suffering built this miracle. That man in the window is Wernher von Braun, visionary rocket scientist, future NASA legend, and current SS officer, complicit in using slave labor to build his dream. Von Braun's words after the launch: "The rocket worked perfectly, it just landed on the wrong planet." He wanted the stars, but his rockets were aimed at London. The V2 was 20 years ahead of its time. Liquid fuel rocket engine, gyroscopic inertial guidance, no external control needed. It could find its target completely autonomously. For Londoners, the V2 was pure terror. Unlike the V1, which you could hear coming, the V2 arrived faster than sound. The explosion came first, then the sound of its approach. Silent death from space. Over 3,000 V2s were launched. They killed approximately 9,000 people. But here's the horrifying truth. Even more people died building them than were killed by them. After Allied bombing raids damaged Peenemünde, the Nazis moved V2 production underground to Mittelbau-Dora concentration camp, hell carved into a mountain. In these tunnels, without sunlight, without fresh air, tens of thousands of prisoners assembled rockets 24 hours a day. Starvation, disease, beatings, death was constant. Between 12,000 and 20,000 prisoners died building the V2. Von Braun visited this hell multiple times. He saw, he knew, and he continued building his rockets. This is the blood price of reaching space. Deep in the Owl Mountains, on the border between Germany and Poland, lies one of Nazi Germany's strangest secrets. Project WWII, the giant, and within it, Die Glocke, the bell. This concrete structure is called the henge, 12 massive pillars in a perfect circle. Official records say it's a cooling tower, but the radiation readings, the magnetic anomalies, suggest something else. Project WWII honeycombed these mountains with tunnels big enough to drive trucks through. And somewhere in this labyrinth, behind lead-lined doors meters thick, was an experiment that shouldn't exist. Die Glocke, the bell. Witnesses described it as 3.7 meters tall, made of heavy metal coated with ceramic. Inside, 2 cylinders spinning in opposite directions at enormous speed. It was fueled by something called Zerum 525, a purple mercury-based compound mixed with thorium and beryllium peroxide. Highly radioactive, highly unstable. And when activated, it produced a pale blue light and a humming sound that gave it another name, Der Bienenstock, the beehive. But what it did to living things, that's where the nightmare begins. Within 150 meters of an active bell, plants lost all chlorophyll and turned to black slime. Animals' blood crystallized inside their bodies. Scientists themselves reported nosebleeds, insomnia, metallic taste that wouldn't go away. Records show that of the first 7 scientists assigned to the Bell Project, 5 died from exposure. What were they trying to build? An anti-gravity device? A time machine? An energy weapon? No one knows for sure. Anti-gravity propulsion for flying saucers? A device to see through time? A weapon that could age enemies to death in seconds? The truth died with those who knew. One man controlled it all, SS General Hans Kammler. He designed the efficient gas chambers of Auschwitz. He commanded V2 production. And he oversaw Die Glocke, the Reich's Death Star architect. In the final days of the war, Kammler vanished, along with the bell, all documentation, and the key scientists. Some say he took them to South America. Others say he made a deal. Today, the chamber is empty. The bell is gone. Kammler's fate remains unknown. Whatever they discovered in those mountains, whatever science or madness lived in that machine, vanished into history's shadows.
But perhaps the most enduring Nazi legend isn't weapons we know existed, it's the ones that might have. The whispers of flying saucers, the Haunebu, the Vril craft. How much truth is hidden in the myth? Legend says the Vril Society, led by medium Maria Orsic, claimed to channel beings from Aldebaran. These aliens supposedly transmitted blueprints for anti-gravity craft. Fact or fantasy? Here's what was real. The Horton HO-229, all-wing jet bomber, no tail. Its smooth shape absorbed radar, the world's first stealth aircraft. To Allied pilots who glimpsed it, it looked like a flying saucer. They also built the SAC AS-6, an actual disc-shaped plane. It looked like a UFO, but it flew like, like a garbage can lid. Totally unstable, never saw combat. But what about the Foo Fighters? Allied pilots reported glowing spheres that followed their planes, darted at impossible speeds. The Nazis called them Feuerball. Defensive drones? Hallucinations? Or something else? Most likely, jet and rocket exhausts created strange optical effects at night. Ball lightning, heat mirages, not aliens, just new technology behaving in unfamiliar ways. The Nazis built many wonder weapons. The V3 cannon, 130 meters long, designed to bombard London with 600 shells per hour, using sequential charges to accelerate projectiles. Fritz X, the world's first precision-guided bomb. Radio-controlled, it sank the Italian battleship Roma in 1943, the grandfather of today's smart weapons and cruise missiles. And then there was the Rot, a 1,000-ton land battleship armed with naval cannons. Too heavy for any bridge, too big for any road, too stupid to actually build. It stayed on paper. When the war ended, America and Russia raced to capture Nazi scientists. Operation Paperclip brought von Braun and hundreds of others to the U.S., their crimes forgiven in exchange for their knowledge. Von Braun's rockets took us to the moon, but that triumph was built on a foundation of slave labor and death. Can we celebrate the achievement while acknowledging the atrocity? Every rocket that launches today carries von Braun's DNA. Every satellite, every space station, they exist because the Nazis reached for space first. Science has no morality, only we do. The question is, what will we choose? I've returned. The chrono jump is complete.
Those dark days are behind us, but their shadows stretch forward into our time. The Nazis never completed their Death Star. The sun gun stayed on paper. The bell vanished. Their flying saucers remained fantasies. We were lucky, but luck isn't a strategy. Today, we've inherited their technology. We have the power they dreamed of: space mirrors, orbital weapons, rockets that could reach anywhere on Earth. But we've chosen a different path. Science is a knife. In a surgeon's hand, it saves lives. In a murderer's hand, it kills. The Nazis held the knife as murderers. The question that echoes across time: how do we hold it? History isn't locked in the past. It lives in every choice we make today, every technology we build, every war we choose to fight or refuse. The future isn't written. It's written by us. If you want to journey to history's darkest and most fascinating corners with me, subscribe and hit that notification bell, because time waits for no one. But I'll take you anywhere. See you in the past.